Welcome to another episode of High Magic Practices. In today's episode, we'll be exploring a crucial aspect of preparing for the Neophyte grade ceremony. We will learn how to consecrate the implements and tools before the self-initiation. Please also be sure to join us in the next episode as we present the actual Neophyte ceremony for your self-initiation. To stay updated with our latest episodes, please subscribe to our channel or follow us on social media. You can find the links in the description. In modern magical orders, initiated students are often trained to create their own implements or tools. Once the implements have been created, there is a significant moment for their full consecration. This ceremony is typically performed during a temple meeting where the initiated student receives the support and guidance of the Hierophant or Hierophadis. This approach offers several advantages. Firstly, the initiated student benefits from the protection provided by the egregore, the collective energy of the temple. Secondly, they receive support from an adept on both astral and etheric levels. This ensures that the ceremony is conducted with the necessary expertise and spiritual authority, thereby enhancing the potency and effectiveness of the consecration. In some traditional Golden Dawn orders, the process of creating and consecrating magical tools is integrated into the student's progression through the elemental grades. For instance, in the Zealitic grade, the student is trained to build and consecrate the Earth Pentacle. Similarly, in the Theoricus grade, the student creates and consecrates the air dagger, invoking the powers of air, and so on. Students who created these tools in elemental grades may opt to remake them in the adept grade, after gaining more insights from their initiatory experience. In contrast, when undergoing self-initiation into the Golden Dawn, the student will not perform the full consecration of implements by invoking the powers of the elements. This is because the consecration of these items is usually reserved for adepts within a temple, who possess the necessary knowledge and experience to carry out the ritual effectively. In the preparation for the self-initiation of the Neophyte grade, probationers may be instructed to set up the temple space and arrange the items according to specific guidelines. However, the actual full consecration is typically not performed by probationers, as it requires a deeper understanding and mastery of advanced rituals. Instead, probationers may perform a simpler purification ritual to prepare the implements for use in their personal practice. It is more of a blessing rite than a full consecration in the Golden Dawn sense of the word. Although it is not traditional to build implements and tools in the Outer Order, you can create them for your self-initiation ceremony. Creating your own implements and tools can be a valuable learning experience and a way to deepen your connection to the tradition and the initiation process. So as a probationer, you can still create and cleanse them for use in your rituals. According to Cicero, known author of books related to the Golden Dawn, for the self-initiation ritual, the student must provide physical temple implements such as pillars, banners, the altar, temple elements, and lamens for all officers. But we find missing information in his book which doesn't clarify whether implements or tools need to be purified before use. We understand the importance of purifying magical implements before using them. This process helps to remove any unwanted energies and prepares the tools for your personal practice. By doing so, you create a stronger connection with your implements and ensure that they are aligned with your intentions, enhancing the effectiveness of your magical work. In the Golden Dawn, the student usually performs the lesser Banishing Ritual of the Pentagram LBRP for removing unwanted energies. If you are a member of our Patreon community and would like to learn how to perform the LBRP, we have a helpful video resource available for you. You can access it by visiting the video link in the description. We understand that purifying magical implements before usage is a crucial step in preparing them for your personal practice. To enhance the effectiveness of your purification intentions, we recommend following a technique suggested by John Michael Greer. He is a renowned author and occultist who has written extensively on various esoteric subjects, including the Golden Dawn's teachings and practices. Greer suggests that once you have created your tools, you can cleanse them using natural magic practices. One such method involves the use of holy water in addition to performing the LBRP. Holy water is water that has had consecrated salt dissolved in it and is typically flicked from the fingers. It serves as an effective tool for magically cleansing a space in your tools, preparing them for use in your personal practice. This approach allows probationers to purify their implements without performing the full consecration reserved for adepts, ensuring that their tools are aligned with their intentions and free from unwanted energies. To prepare holy water, you will need a cup, pure water, salt, incense, ash, and your altar. Follow these steps. Place the cup half full of water on your altar. Also, place a small dish or piece of paper holding a little salt and another dish or paper holding a little incense ash on the altar. Stand at the west of your altar, facing east across the altar. Hold your right hand palm down over the salt. Visualize white light streaming down from your hand onto the salt and say the following words.
May wisdom abide in this salt and preserve body and soul from all corruption. May all phantoms depart from it, so that it may become a heavenly salt, salt of earth, and earth of salt. May it feed the threshing ox and strengthen my hope with the horns of the winged bull.
Move your right hand over the ash. Repeat the same visualization and say the following words.
May this ash return to the fount of living water. May it become fertile earth. May it bring forth the tree of life.
Add the salt and ash to the water at the same time and say,
in the salt of eternal wisdom, in the water of preparation, in the ash from which the new earth springs, may all be accomplished unto the age of ages.
This completes the consecration of the holy water. Once consecrated, holy water should be treated as a magical substance. If you need to dispose of it, pour it onto the soil so that its energies will be absorbed by the etheric body of the earth. Before performing the self-initiation ritual, you can use the holy water to consecrate your temple, implements and tools to banish any impure energies that may be laying around. To perform such action, we will take a useful example from John Michael Greer. You will need an altar, a stick of incense in a holder, and a cup or goblet of holy water you already prepared. Let's start the consecration. Stand at the west of the altar facing east and say,
Ekas esti bebeloi.
This ancient proclamation means, begone, begone, you unworthy ones. Then perform the LBRP while standing at the west of the altar. Pause, then take the cup of water in both hands and raise it above the level of your head and say,
and so, therefore, the priest who governs the works of fire must first sprinkle with the lustral waters of the loud, resounding sea.
Hold the cup of water in your hands and walk to the eastern point of the space. Use the cup to draw an equal-armed cross in the air, imagining it in a deep blue color. Then, dip the fingers of your left hand into the cup and flick water 3 times towards the east. Go around to the south and repeat the process, tracing the cross and sprinkling the water. Do the same to the west and then to the north. Finally, return to the east, raise the cup high and say,
I purify with water.
Return to the west side of the altar and put the cup back in its place. Take the stick of incense from its holder and holding it in both hands, raise it above the level of your head. Say,
and when, after all the phantoms are banished, you shall see that holy formless fire which darts and flashes in the hidden depths of the universe, listen to the voice of fire.
Lower the stick of incense and go to the east, tracing an equal-armed cross like the one you made with the cup, and wave the incense 3 times to the east. Visualize the cross as brilliant red. Go around in the same way to south, west and north, repeating the action, and then return to the east. Raise the stick of incense high and say,
I consecrate with fire.
Return to the altar and put the stick back in its holder. Go around the left of the altar to the east and circle around the space clockwise 3 times slowly. As you circle, imagine yourself climbing a spiral stair, while the altar and its implements, the pentagrams and crosses traced around you, and the floor beneath you all rise with you. Each time you pass the eastern quarter of the space, including the first time, perform the sign of the Enterer, also known as projection sign, in the direction of your movement. As you reach the east at the end of the 3rd circuit, imagine yourself reaching the top of the stair. Return to the west side of the altar and face east. Make the sign of the Enterer and say,
Holy art thou, Lord of the universe.
Repeat the sign and say,
Holy art thou, whom nature has not formed.
Repeat the sign and say,
Holy art thou, the vast and the mighty one, Lord of the light and of the darkness.
As you finish, make the sign of silence, timing this so that your finger reaches your lips as you say the word darkness. This completes the opening ritual. The 3 speeches included in the beginning of this opening ritual are drawn from ancient sources. The first 2 from the Chaldean oracles, a handbook of magic dating to Roman times, and the last from a Gnostic magical prayer. After the opening ritual, begin the blessing of your implements by facing east. Touch the desired implement to be blessed with your right hand. Visualize a sphere of white light enveloping your implement or tool, and affirm with confidence and intention.
In this sacred space, and in the presence of the Lord of the universe, Yod-Hei, Vav-Hei, I purify this implement with water. May it serve to strengthen my connection with the divine and my higher self, to foster a relationship with the elements and their forces. May it nurture inner balance and harmony between severity and mercy within myself. May it be a pure and fitting instrument for the great work in the service of the divine.
Visualize the sphere of white light expanding and intensifying, its radiance piercing through any impurities or imperfections within the implement or tool. As it does so, imagine the brilliance of the light dissolving and purifying any negative energies or influences, leaving only the pure essence of the divine to fill and empower the object. See the light continuing to grow brighter, until the implement or tool is completely enveloped in its radiant glow, glowing with the power and energy of the divine. When you feel that the consecration is complete, say with gratitude and reverence,
In the name of Yod-Hei Vav-Hei, I give thanks for the blessing of this implement. May it serve me well in the great work.
Once you are finished with your implements, begin the closing ritual. You must perform the purification by water and consecration by fire again, exactly as in the opening ritual. Then go to the east side of the altar and circle around the space 3 times counterclockwise, moving slowly. As you circle, visualize yourself descending the spiral staircase you climbed during the opening ritual, along with the altar, implements, crosses, pentagrams, and the floor itself. Each time you pass the eastern quarter, make the sign of silence in the direction of your movement. After completing the 3rd circuit, return to the west side of the altar. Face east, extend your arms to your sides in the form of a cross and say,
In the great name of strength through sacrifice, Yeshua, Yehoshua, I now release any spirit which may have been imprisoned by this ceremony. Depart in peace to your dwellings, and let there be peace between us now and in the future.
Finish the closing ritual with the LBRP. This should be enough. It is recommended that you perform the consecration ritual for each implement or tool individually, rather than consecrating them all at once. This allows you to focus your attention and intention on each implement in turn, ensuring that it is properly purified and charged with divine energy. Take your time with each consecration, visualizing the sphere of white light enveloping the implement and dissolving any impurities or negative influences. When you feel that the consecration is complete, move on to the next implement, repeating the process until all of your implements have been blessed and consecrated. Note that this type of consecration in self-initiation differs from the full consecration, which uses advanced rituals such as the Supreme Invoking Ritual of the Pentagram SIRP, lesser Banishing Ritual of the Hexagram LBRH, and Supreme Invoking Ritual of the Hexagram SIRH, as these are typically performed by adept-level practitioners in the second order. If you are seeking a full consecration, we recommend looking for a physical temple in your region. After being initiated by adepts, you can start creating your own implements for full consecration. We suggest checking out the book Secrets of a Golden Dawn Temple by Chick Cicero for guidance and inspiration. Remember that once consecrated, your implements should never be touched by anyone other than yourself. Each tool should be wrapped in its own silk or linen wrapper and kept in a secure place when not in use. Well, that is it for now. We would like to thank you so much for joining us on this episode of High Magic. We hope you enjoyed learning about the consecration of your implements. We couldn't do this without your support. So we want to give a huge thank you to all of our subscribers, members, and donors. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel to help us reach more people and create even more content. And if you're looking for ways to support us further, we invite you to become a member on Patreon or make a one-time donation via PayPal or Buy Me a Coffee website. Your contributions help us cover the costs of producing this show and enable us to continue bringing you high-quality content. Thank you again for being a part of this community, and we'll see you in the next episode of High Magic.